face cam. My lights are down right now in my room, and it's already kind of hard to see me to begin with. And with no lights, like I talk in shadow, you already know it. You already know how it is. But let me get this out the way now. You know what I'm saying? In the preliminaries, Misfits 7. I think the big standout fights was the corn fight. Yeah. Twitter niggas should stay on Twitter. And of course, Wings and Boogie going at it. Hey, Wings did his thing, bro. But I'm calling him out, bro. He don't want this big man meat on him, bro. I'll put that ring pressure on. Hey, I'm calling him out officially, bro, with no face cam, because he don't deserve it. Official call out. Hey, put me against Wings next. Put me against Wings next. I guarantee I'll drop him. It won't be no standing counts for Wings. It's either a TKO or I'm dropping him. Easy. All right, but let's get down to the main card, right? I think fight of the night had to probably go to the girls. Paige and Tennessee, they did their thing. I ain't gonna lie. Knockout of the night definitely went to Virus. He knocked that boy DK Money all the way out. He took his soul from him, really. You know, JJ knocking out Joe, it was gonna happen. Joe was going down, but that elbow, everybody's seen the elbow by now. The elbow was tainting the whole thing, but let's see what YouTube boxing got to say.
The Misfits 007 was chock full of highlights and surprises. In the main event of the evening, something happened that nobody saw coming. KSI showcased his new Muay Thai style to the world. But before that, we witnessed some of the best
I don't know what a Muay Thai style is. Y'all tell me what that is.
fights, brutal knockouts, and unexpected outcomes. Now let's delve into all the details. Wings of Redemption versus Boogie,
Yes.
228. This was the big...
Man said 228. Man said Boogie 228.
biggest fight
That's
in the
crazy.
history of YouTube boxing in every sense. In this match, Wings of Redemption and Booger 228 face off against each other. But so did their hearts, which did everything possible to avoid a heart attack. All jokes aside, both of them deserve credit. It's clear they've worked on themselves. However, after an initial fear and nerves, Wings of Redemption pulled himself together and began to up the pace. As a result, he scored a knockout victory in the second round. Would you like to see him back in the ring again? If so,
Against me! Against me! Against me! Not against whom, against me! Stop playing around.
Belzy versus Lil Kimchi. After the biggest fight, we were treated to the littest one or the match between Little Belzy and Lil Kimchi. The girls opened the main card,
what?
and each had already had a fight under their belts. Belzy managed to win her debut, while Kimchi lost hers. The beginning of the fight hinted that the outcome would change the roles for these girls. Kimchi was pressuring and mentally pushing her opponent, who after a couple of exchanges started avoiding head-on collisions. However, from the second round onwards, Daisy managed to find her timing. This allowed her to consistently land the first hit during exchanges, and her constant advantage of at least one punch secured her a victory by judges' decision. This fight wasn't the best way to start the card, but the upcoming fight made up for all expectations.
Trying to tell me.
Virus versus DK Money. A rookie against a veteran Virus, who has a one record in amateur fights. Debuts against professional DK Money, who simply seems to be immune to victories. However, many said he had been training hard, and his progress was evident in the fight. Throughout the entire first round, he expertly landed his left straight whenever Virus closed in. Such accuracy and composure secured a confident 10-9. His dominance increased in the second round, and Virus couldn't figure out how to stop the left straight.
Who was Virus, bro?
DK Money accurately counterattacked and then clinched, thereby not giving any chance to respond to his straight punch. This tactic even led to a knockdown. However,
he did. He did knock.
Resilience and physical training helped him recover from a severe knockdown, after which he adapted quite brilliantly. Yes, He couldn't land a clean hit because DK Money counterattacked with a straight punch and then clinched. But what if he attacked after the fighters broke from the clinch? A powerful blow knocked DK's mouthguard, and a
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Let's see this beautiful knockout.
second punch put an end to his aspirations to finally win.
Yeah, man, WTF on the floor, bro. So I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's break it down, yeah, because I feel like I could do it a little bit better than this, yeah. Virus, I ain't gonna lie. He was getting clapped, right? Because DK he came out with the game plan of counterattacking. That was his mindset the entire time. So even after the knockdown that he scored against Virus, it was he was being really passive because he was looking to just counterattack. When after you get a clean knockdown like that, you press him. You push the pace. Like, you don't sit there and wait for the counterattack. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be the one on the attack. You got to smell the blood in the water. That's what made JJ so much better at this than a lot of other influencers. You know, once you see that they're hurt, you got to go in for the kill. You can't just sit back and in DK's case, he wanted to counterattack. He wanted that counter punch, which was working for him the entire fight. And then Virus came out with the 1,000 IQ move because he seen that DK would hit with the straight and clinch. He said, "Hey, out of the clinch, he's not doing nothing. So let's attack him then, smack him, destroy him."
He really looked good, and progress was
knocked
evident.
out, bro.
However,
Look at
his
the mouth guard gone, bro.
And Varuz's desire to win led to an incredible comeback and one of the most brutal knockouts. Paige Keiki versus Tennessee Thresh. The most spectacular match in the history of women's YouTube boxing and one of the best fights in influencer boxing history. Paige Keiki and Tennessee Thresh showed the world that even in a debut match, you can put on a real show. Paige Keiki started confidently pursuing her opponent and landing combos. It was noticeable that Tennessee Thresh was nervous and couldn't find her rhythm. However, a couple of successful exchanges boosted her confidence. After that, she started meeting her opponent better and better. By the end of the first round, she was extremely confident in her skills. That confidence carried into the second round, where she dominated with speed, power, and a variety of attacks, confidently securing the second round. She started the third round at the same pace, but it was noticeable that she was getting tired. This led to Paige Keiki starting to take the initiative towards the end of the match.
Yeah.
The commentators thought the fight might end in a draw. By the quality of the punches, it looked like Tennessee Thresh had won. However, the judges thought otherwise.
I think volume is a real big factor for these judges in particular. On the Misfits cards, they really value volume over effective punches. You know.
Assault Poppy versus Anthony Taylor.
That boy said Assault Poppy.
The people's main event, the match that every Filipino was waiting for.
Yes, sir.
The toughest challenge for Salt Poppy in the face of MMA fighter Anthony Taylor, who hasn't lost to a single influencer. Despite many considering this fight to be a one-sided beatdown, I said in my analysis that this fight is much more competitive than it seems. Salt Poppy's classic tricks were working, counterattacks with a straight punch, and distance measurement with his leading hand. Throughout the round, Poppy successfully caught Taylor on the approach. His left straight punch hit the target every time.
I mean, all right, I don't know what he's gonna say, but I'll agree with him. AT, what he usually does is he'll push the pace because he's small, he's short, so he has to get into you. He has to get close with it. You know what I'm saying? He can't fight average. There is no range with AT. There's no range possible. But I think Salt Poppy really he he was waiting too much. That was his big issue. He was just waiting around too much. His counterattacks that he did hit AT with, they were huge punch. Like you could hear it. They were insane power, but nobody's knocking out AT. That's the issue. So I was watching the press conference, and they were arguing over if they should do if they should have an extra round if it was going to go to decision. Salt Poppy was like, more rounds, more money. AT was like, I'm a man of my word. We're going to do 3 rounds. Because, I mean, like, 3 rounds, it works in AT's favor, right? Because unless you have reach over him, like Idris did, unless you have reach over him and you know how to use it, you'll beat him. You'll beat him by decision. But in the case of Salt Poppy, he didn't have that reach over him that he needed. He had reach, of course, but he didn't have it over him like he should. Because AT is crazy. AT, his record doesn't show it, but he's a super fighter. He's a super fighter, honestly. What you don't see in the winning column, you'll see in his fights if you ever watch them. It's on YouTube, bro. Go watch the fight now. You don't have to keep watching this video. Go watch the fight now. You can see he knows what he's doing. He knows how to get in. He knows how to get inside. And once he's inside, he knows how to work. So it hurt me to say it, but I knew that AT was gonna win. If it went to decision, AT was gonna win. There was no other choice. Unless he got knocked down. That was the only way Salt Poppy was gonna win was if he knocked him down. He wasn't gonna knock him out, but if he got a knockdown, then he'll win. But nah.
Finding the keys to victory that I had told him about, Taylor was working from the front stance and targeting the body, neutralizing Salt Poppy's hand. He then started to attack with a straight right to the body. In this way, he got Poppy used to his attack patterns. In the second round, he came out with the intention of going for the head since he had spent the entire first round working on the body. His sharp punches after dives landed perfectly, rocking Salt Poppy multiple times. He then dived deeply, preventing a counterattack with a straight left. Unfortunately, what I discussed in the breakdown happened. Poppy was completely unprepared for Taylor's style. He didn't work with jabs, didn't throw combinations, and didn't try to catch with an uppercut. Salt Poppy was throwing single, predictable...
That's what Idris did to AT. He kept hitting him with the uppercut. The uppercut, that's AT's weakness, because once he really starts working, he dives in. So the uppercut is what you need against him. But if you're not throwing it, you're gonna lose.
Punches that Anthony simply dodged. Only towards the end of the third round did Poppy try to throw uppercuts, but it was too late.
Yeah.
Anthony Taylor won by decision. What future do you think awaits Salt Poppy?
I don't know what you mean by that, but it was an even fight going in. They both had their advantages and they both had their strengths. AC knew what he was doing. Salt Poppy knew what he was doing, but Salt Poppy didn't throw the punches that he needed to, aka the uppercut. Honestly, the uppercut would have put. I'm not gonna say it would have put AC's lights out, but it would have came close, especially if he kept landing in succession. And this Salt Poppy talking about, he has dynamite in his hands. Like he has real power.
The co-main event of the night, the greatest versus the best in the world. A match that brought the entire arena to its feet. DG versus Swarms. From the first...
Bro, who is Dingy, bro? Who... This nigga...
Seconds, bro. The tension was palpable. The fighters were extremely fast. But surprisingly, Swarms seemed faster than DG.
We don't have to listen to this whole breakdown. But Swarms... he had a good game plan going in, because He was outmatched. Right? Deji knew what he was doing. He had that veteran instinct into him. You know what I'm saying? He's fought against some really good opponents. Swarms, on the other hand, got destroyed by KSI and won by a jab. So I mean, he was really coming into this fight. Honestly, he was an unstoppable force. You win with a single jab with no other punches thrown, no other punches landed, but one jab. You're unstoppable, right? I mean, like, nobody's stopping you. But okay. So Deji would get him in the corner. Swarms would lock up tight, and then he hit him with a 1-2, strong 1-2, because he has power. Strong 1-2, but he wouldn't follow up like he should have. That was his issue. Deji, he worked him as he should have. It was really a one-sided fight, honestly. But he did get caught with maybe 5 separate punches that were really good shots by Swarms. But other than that, the whole fight was going to Deji, man. Honestly, we don't even need to listen to this whole thing. Honestly, let's be real. Deji was in him, bro. The few counter attacks that Swarms did throw, they landed. He just didn't follow up as he should have.
Fournier. The moment of the main event of the evening arrived.
Yep. Welcome to the sleepover, Joe. Welcome to the sleepover.
The long-awaited fight between KSI and Joe Fournier, the most fierce YouTube boxer against the undefeated professional. In my breakdown, I said that this fight is a complete mismatch.
Oh yeah, of course.
Joe has poor footwork, slow punches, and predictable attacks. In many ways, he is just a bad version of Jake Paul.
See, you say that, but he's undefeated one. He's already been a WBC champion. At what weight class, I forget. But he's already been a champion. Come on now. Let's not disrespect him like that.
And the outcome of this fight will show a lot about how a fight between KSI and Jake would have gone. The fight started very actively. KSI activated his karate stance right off the bat, leaving Fournier clueless about closing the distance. This caused him to miss a few headshots. He then decided to keep even more distance, making KSI uncomfortable with the range. This weird positioning made it impossible for Fournier to land any hits, while JJ occasionally managed to hit the back of his opponent's head. For the time being, Joe was in the dark about what was happening. KSI was switching styles and began applying pressure through his jab. By mixing body and head jabs, he cornered Joe against the ropes. In the second round, Fournier seemed a bit more confident, and his game plan was somewhat effective. He aimed to catch KSI off guard with the left hook while closing in, or to throw a straight punch while retreating.
That combination would have been deadly if it hit.
However, this all ended when KSI feigned a jab to provoke a reaction from Joe's leading hand. He then landed a jab and threw an overhand punch that rocked Fournier. What happened next took everyone by surprise. JJ showcased his new fighting style, Muay Thai. He had relied on a karate stance before. Now he was knocking everyone out with Muay Thai.
I don't know what he's on, bro. But him saying Muay Thai is kind of pissing me off, bro. Nah, the elbow was crazy.
Body collapsed onto the canvas.
So, let's go back a little bit. See what
everyone out with Muay Thai elbows.
Joe was already going down.
Showcased his new fighting style, Muay Thai. He had relied on a karate stance.
Joe was going to go down regardless. Maybe not in that instance, not right away. But I mean, he was going to go down. Joe didn't stand a lick of a chance against KSI, honestly. It's cause I mean, once you get hit by KSI's power, there's nothing else you can. Don't let him get a clean shot, cause exactly what happened to Joe Fournier. You're gonna fall back. You're like, oh, he gonna press you as he should. He smelled like he's a real shark. Like DK should have did with Virus, he did to Joe Fournier. He just unfortunately it was just an elbow, bro. But he had the whole fight. even if it wouldn't have went the distance, KSI would have destroyed him with either, I mean, like, maybe a body shot, maybe an uppercut. Overright, that overright hand, honestly, bro, he was going to end it in that round. But it's just unfortunate that Joe went down to the elbow, man. I'm not going to see the rest of this. He's just making jokes, whatever. Learn how to pronounce people's names. Learn how to pronounce Muay Thai. Please and thank you. I'll link his video in the description below. Other than that, hope y'all have a good day. Tell me your fight predictions in the comments below. Wings, I want your soul. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.